Here is the truth. You don't have to want to go to camp to benefit from it. That's the truth. I never wanted to go. But I know that I benefited from it. Kids that just wanted to get away, to go from all the, probably the wrong reasons, we would say, right? But there is no wrong reason to go to camp. Because once you're there, you're opening yourself up to the Holy Spirit and to God. Did you hear that? Did you hear that message there? That little thing made a difference. You know, they had some money. They didn't know what to do. It was all in timing. Amazing. Jesse has now, you can read about it in your bulletin. It's a staggering figure of, $70,000 that has been raised over the years to send kids to camp. I'm very thankful because someone sent me, my mom couldn't afford to go. It was, I don't know if Camp was even doing scholarships, but I know that I got to go. It was more expensive then even because it was a 2-week camp and we were there for what seemed like, oh my golly, an eternity. And yet there it was. It says 2 weeks I have to go. And you know, I mean, I couldn't do anything. They wanted me to ride bikes. They wanted me to get on the bikes and do the Wheels Unlimited. You know, they said it would be fine. I never sat on a bigger bike in my entire life. This thing was those little thin tires, you know what I mean? Oh my word. Those handlebars you curled around, you had to be a contortionist to ride that thing. And then there were hills. And I'm riding and riding and riding. I had to give it up. I couldn't make it all the way. That wasn't me. I was not that kind of an athletic person. And I was trying and trying and trying. And I remember being picked up in a truck and sat in the front seat. That felt pretty good. It was good to sit anywhere but that bicycle seat at the time. I couldn't make it. And I sat in that seat and I was embarrassed. And all that came to a head and I just started bawling. Then I was really embarrassed. And as I was sitting there and crying my eyes out, a counselor came over and said, "You don't get it, Jim. You're fine. You don't understand. Whether you can ride that bike doesn't matter. Just because you didn't make it up that big hill, that has no significance at all. What matters is that you have Jesus in your heart." And that's the most important thing I could tell you. It was the same counselor who put his arm around me. And when I brought my Bible and I memorized and I said all those words, and I would stay up and do you know that I stayed up sometimes all night memorizing Scripture? I did. You too. All night. I'd walk around, all right. Nobody said go to bed. As a matter of fact, you had to say your verses to the counselor. Well, the counselor did sleep once in a while. Not when I was up memorizing. Because I'd go knock on the door, and in the middle of the night, I'd say, "You got to hear this." All right. It was amazing. It was amazing to see the significant things, to see the lives that were significantly changed. Wow. You won Friendliest Rancher, so I'd like you to come up. Will you come up for me? Come on up here. Right. Go, Sharon. And your husband?
No.
Boyfriend?
A friend.
Oh, a friend. Okay, you come up too. Come on, Fred. All right, come up, Fred. And I've got to bring a couple of other people up here. Oh, no, don't worry about it, sir. Everything will be all right. Or do you want to go?
No, I don't.
You're not really? Okay, good. All right. Who's ready? Are you ready? Come on up. You'll be good. And I need one other person here. Go ahead, way up on the stage. Go stand right up there. Good, good. I need one other person. Let me see if I can come right here into the back, and let's see who I could find. Oh, my word. Could you help? Would you mind?
Go ahead, Jessa.
Why not? Why not? Come on up. Chase me up. Got to come today, though. They got me on a real short leash here for time. Come on up. Would you mind? Or would you rather not? No, okay, that's understandable. Would you go? Come on up. Come on up. Bring her over the table. Good. Let me meet these great people right here. We're going to go up and meet them. I want to tell you the significance of Phantom Ranch for me. I want to show you this way. Could you switch with Sharon? Very good. Sharon, could you switch with Fred? Very good. Come right over here. Fred, you just stand right here. That's perfect. We're going to do this. Oh, and good over here. You've got a little part. Ladies and gentlemen, this is... No, right here, Fred. You're out of my light. Good.
That's
Fred,
good.
that's good. Fred, tell me when you went to camp.
First year was 1956.
Woo! He wasn't kidding. 1956. Wow, did they have the water then?
Almost.
Good. Wow, and you had a counselor?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name.
No, that's okay, I do. Roy Tanner was my first counselor. And cabin. What cabin were you in?
Lazy Q.
They had Lazy Q then? Oh my word, that's great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fred. Good. And Tim, tell me when you went to camp.
Sometime in the 90s.
Sometime in the 90s. So you were there quite a bit after. What do you remember from camp?
The rafting trip?
Oh, you were on a trip.
Olin.
Olin. Olin took you on that. Did he? Oh, okay. So that's when Olin really did the good stuff, right? Yeah. Cool. And Tim, what do you remember from that?
Being reckless and wild. And
Reckless and fancy-free.
Yeah.
Was it significant for you?
sure.
Sure. It changed your life, didn't it?
Yes.
Look at that. A rafting trip, okay? A cabin, Lazy Q. Won't remember the counselor, but remember the place. See, that's significant. All right? A lot happened to you in 1956 at that camp experience, right? Yeah. You remember a lot of things, right?
Oh, yeah.
You could share them, right? I'm on a short leash, I'm sorry, but that's... Sharon, tell me when you went to camp.
I went the first year, whenever that was. 55?
The first year? Mm-hmm. Were you a Jewish girl? No? Oh, but you went the first year.
Yes.
Wow! The very first year it opened.
But I was only 2 then.
Oh, of course.
No, I'm kidding.
You went the first year?
Yes.
Oh, my word.
A
Amazing.
lot of people here did.
I'm going to kneel before you because it's just amazing. Well, how many of y'all went to the first year of camp? Come on. Wow. Let's give all these people that's amazing. It's amazing you're still here. Who was your first counselor? No, wait a minute. That didn't sound good. I didn't mean to say. No, still connected, okay? Who was your first counselor?
It might have been Elaine Tim.
Of course. Elaine Tim. Is Elaine here? Okay. Absolutely. Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And your first camp experience?
2014, not too long ago.
You just was a camper? Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. This was absolutely not planned. Check this out. First year of camp, this year of camp for the first time. Give each other a big hug. Wow. Now, you know what? Tell us your name.
Jayla Skifo.
Jayla. This is Jayla Sifo, right? Skifo?
Yes.
Ski.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can tell you about my skiing experience, but I won't. All I remember is hit it, and it was all over after that. All right. So Skifo. Okay, great. All right, we're going to talk about the most significant thing at Phantom Ranch, and here it is. But first, I've got to give you a part. You've got a line. Face them. All right, your line is, I have it all. Every time I touch your shoulder, I want you to say your line.
I have it all.
You see, you're the rich king, or better known as. Is that all right?
I have it all.
Yes. Say it.
I have it all.
Every time.
I have it all.
Yeah, tell them.
I have it all. I have it all. I have it all.
Now you're getting a little cocky. Okay.
You keep hitting my
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, I know. You're the rich king. It's actually wasn't known as a king, but the what is it? No, not really Pharaoh, but the Sultan, the selfish Sultan. He's the selfish Sultan. You took the words right out of my mouth. Tim, you're the Studley sportsman.
Okay.
Tim, I could never be a Studley sportsman.
I can.
Excuse me.
I have it all.
Yeah, no, you don't have it all, Tim. He has it all.
I have it all.
All right. And we're going to put this right here. All right. You are the Studley sport. Oh, you're getting warm. Makeup? All right, you're okay. All right. Tim, here's your line. I can do it all.
I can do it all.
Real loud, Tim.
I can do it all. I can do it all.
Good. That's great, Tim. Sharon, you are the pretty professor.
Oh,
Woo! Yeah, that's great. I had no idea I was getting a first-time camper here from the first year, but here's your hat. Can you wear that for me? Pretty professor. Isn't that wonderful?
is that what I have to say? Pretty
No. Your line is, I know it all.
I know it all.
Give me a little attitude, girl.
I know it all.
Ooh. Come on. I know it all.
I know it all.
Great. And over here is Jackie, right?
Jayla.
Jayla. Ooh, you got all this stuff here, Jayla. Okay. Jayla, first-time camper. What cabin were you in?
Panhandle. The new one.
The new Panhandle. All right, I was in Panhandle. I've been in them all, okay? Now, who was your counselor?
Lauren and Sarah.
Wow. What was the most significant thing that happened to you at camp? What was the best thing you remember?
Riding the horses.
Me too! That's great, riding the horses. That's sensational. I probably don't know any of the horses, but aren't the horses great?
Yeah.
Were you ever scared on the horse?
No.
They paid for horseback riding for me. I said, I can't do horseback riding. What if the horse bites? They said, bite him back?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say, Jayla, I'm going to say you are the penniless peasant in the village. You don't have anything, you can't do anything, and you don't know anything. Okay? You do have a hat, though. All right? Here we go. You mind? Isn't that cute? That's wonderful. Here's your line. You ready? You ready? I have a big heart.
I have a big heart.
She's a diva. Here we go. Ready? Say, real good now. Give it all you got.
I have a big heart.
Woo!
Good job.
You can't clap. Oh, yeah. You can't crack up. Go ahead.
You can't.
Every time I touch your shoulder. You got the
Oh,
one line, dear.
okay.
I have a big heart. That's it. Okay.
I have a big heart.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, give Jay Lee a big clap there. She did good. All right. So we're going to the village, or to Phantom Ranch, and these are the village people. In the village, there lived a selfish sultan, and he had all the money.
I have it all.
He had all the land.
I have it all.
He had all the women.
I have all. I have one. I have it all.
Stick to the script, sir. And the selfish sultan heard that there was someone in the village that had even more than him. That person had a big heart. It bothered the sultan that someone had a big heart. So he said,
I have it all.
right. And he had his magicians build a box. And this is it. He filled the box with beautiful stones. Stones that would be won by whoever could lift the box off the platform with their little pinky. Just like so. But the box could only be lifted by someone with a big heart. So the selfish sultan said,
I have it all.
right. And he ordered the box covered because it bothered his eyes. And then he said,
I have it all.
and so he tested the box. He took his little pinky and he tried to lift it. Could he do it? No. But remember this.
I have it all.
Right. So then he decided to have a contest in the village, and everyone started to exercise their little pinky. Beautiful. Very good. They all wanted to be the one who could lift the box off the platform and win the jewels. But remember this, the box could only be lifted by someone with a big heart. Absolutely. First, we went to the Studley sportsman. The Studley sportsman said,
I can do it all.
and then he said it one more time with volume.
I can do it all.
Yes. And he could. He could do it all. He could ride that bike. He could go up any hill. He could dive without help.
I can do it all.
So he tested the box with his little pinky. He tried to lift it. Could he do it? Could he do it? Lift, lift, lift. No! But remember this.
I can do it all.
And then there was the pretty professor. The pretty professor said,
I know it all.
and she did. She won friendliest rancher. She memorized all night long. She won honor camper. No? Well, I did.
Just friendly, yes.
So she said,
I know it all.
and this time she said it with attitude.
I know it all.
Right. And she did too. And she took her little pinky and tried to lift the box. Could she do it? No. But remember this.
I know it all.
Right. And then we came to the penniless peasant. The penniless peasant had only been at Phantom Ranch a mere year. She stayed in Panhandle, the new one. Her counselor was wonderful. And she remembered her name. But she had nothing. She knew nothing. She could do nothing. But the penniless peasant said,
I have a big heart.
and then she said it one more time.
I have a big heart.
She did. And even though she had only been at camp 1 year, she did something very significant. She invited Jesus in to that big heart. She tried to lift the box. Could she do it? She could! And she won all the jewels. But wait! She had such a big heart, she decided to share the jewels with everyone in the village. And that day, everyone learned at Phantom Ranch, it wasn't what you have that matters.
I have it all.
It wasn't what you can do that matters.
I can do it all.
It wasn't what you know, not even Bible memory, that matters.
I thought I knew it all.
But what really matters, if you're going to make it in this life, what really matters, if you're going to live day to day, is that you take Phantom Ranch with you and that you put Jesus
I have a big heart.
in your big heart. Ladies and gentlemen, the village people! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. What if Phantom Ranch had been the place that was all about rules? What if Phantom Ranch did what so often happens today? Okay, everybody, we've had our fun. Now it's time to study the Bible. We do that, don't we? Not at camp. When I walked through that Chapel of the Oaks, I knew one thing for sure. I was going to go to canteen after. But before that, I knew that I would leave with a filled heart. And I didn't know how to say it back then. But when that counselor told me around a picnic table, when I picked up that Bible, and I opened it like this, and was kind of goofing around, but I opened it and closed it and opened it. He said, you know what? It's funny you did that, because you know what you have in your hand there? I said, a Bible. He said, nope, it's God's mouth. God's mouth. Every time I open that Bible, it's God's mouth. Wow. I've been to church. They didn't tell me it was God's mouth. That was neat. For me, it made it real. That's God's mouth. And I'm speaking with God each and every time I open it. I'll never forget it. What if Phantom Ranch hadn't been the place that said, okay, even though you're supposed to be in your cabin, and even though you're supposed to be in bed. Nobody knows this. You know what? The first year at Texan, there was a leak on my bed. I had the top bunk, which the skinny guy under me was not happy about at all. And I had that top bunk, and there was a leak. I told Roy. He said, quiet, or everybody will want one. No, I said, seriously, didn't you read the brochure? Running water in every cabin. Oh, my word. Seriously. The fact that there was a bathroom there really made a big significant difference. You know, those buildings are like gold to me. I knew all of them and they were safe. But what if Phantom Ranch said, you can't do that? You see, I had the privilege that, as far as I know, no one else has had as a camper. I got to go around after lights were out, well, after everybody was in their cabins, and do devotions for other cabins. I thought that was pretty good. I took God's mouth with me, and I'd go around, and I'd kind of prepare, and I'd sit, and it started to be a thing. I thought, well, I'll do it once for my cabin. But no, then other cabins were requesting it. Then other counselors wanted it. I was doing 2 or 3 cabins a night. What if Phantom Ranch hadn't let me do that? What if they would have said no? I think it started something. I think it started something. I think it started something in you and you and you and you and you. I think we're passing it on to Jay Lee. And I think it's going to keep going. What if? Well, what now? What happens now? 60 years. Nobody's stopping. Roy's not retiring. We're going to keep going. Roy said he had at least 40 years in him. Wouldn't it be neat if he'd make the second 60 with us? I think it'd be great. Ladies and gentlemen, we serve a big God. The neat thing about it is that wherever it goes from here, it's going to be in good hands. Because it's in God's hands. It has been from the start. And that's what makes it so special. So let's look into the future in just a little bit. Right now, what now?